Hey everyone, Victor from Lining Up Paxton back again. A little shorter video this time. I happen to be working on a pre-lit tree, and I noticed in my comments a lot of people asking about how to fix pre-lit trees, just like I fixed my incandescent mini lights in my How to Fix Christmas Lights video. So this is going to be just a quick example of a problem you might run into that I'm going to fix. You can see here I've got a pre-lit Christmas tree. This is the top half of it, or the top section, and this top section is out. The rest of the tree I've got working. I've already fixed one section already, actually, but I have the sections out and I got to figure out what's wrong with it. And it's a little more complicated than a regular string you would think, but it's actually the very similar process, just a little more difficult because we have to work around the branches. So this tree, this top section here has got about, I think, a 50 count string on it. But you can see, here's our male end. Now there's no female end because it's just one 50 count string, so it ends somewhere on a single bulb. But if you look closely on this tree topper I've got, you can see this strand only has 2 wires on it, which means that this is just a single series of lights. So all of these lights are on one series of 50. If there was 2 series of 50 combined together, like the Christmas string I fixed in my How to Fix Christmas Lights video, there'd be 3 wires here. So because we only have 2, we know that one wire is doing the pushing of the voltage in, and then one's carrying the voltage back to ground. So the 2 common ways that this happens, that a pre-lit tree would go out like this, is either from a bad shunt or a wire coming loose in a socket somewhere. Those are the 2 most common situations. And if you watch my Christmas light fixing video, I talk more in detail about that, but I'm just going to go through a quick process here of how I would fix this a little bit faster. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll plug this in. You see it won't come on. So we're plugged in now. And I've got my Light Keeper Pro here. And again, remember, we have the voltage detector on the end, and we have the shunt fixer here. The first thing I would do is fix the shunts, although I'm pretty confident this is going to be a shunt problem. So I'm just going to do a quick voltage test just to demonstrate how the power is flowing through this pre-lit tree. So I have the power plugged in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab this bottom branch here. And because we're one series of 50 and there's only 2 wires, I can go directly on the bulb to figure out if there's power. I won't have to separate the wires or anything. So you hear the beep, so it means we got voltage here on the bottom of the tree. So I'm just going to go to the top, assuming it's as wired from bottom to top like most trees tend to be. I'm going to check here, and no beeps. You hear there's no beeps there. So somewhere in the middle here is probably where our problem is. So you can continue to go through here and trace the wires by hand, going, you know, bulb to bulb to bulb, trying to follow the wires that winds its way up the tree. And if the shunt fixer didn't fix it, that's how I would go about handling this part of the tree that's out. But I'm going to go ahead and do the shunt fixer now, and I'm about 80–90% confident it's probably a shunt because the other section of the tree I fixed was already a shunt. And again, bad shunts happen from the tree getting jostled around in and out of storage, and when a bulb burns out and that shunt is broken, you're going to not complete the circuit. So plugged in right now, I'm just going to pick any bulb here on the tree, doesn't matter where. I'm going to plug the shunt fixer part of our tool into that socket, and I'm going to pull the trigger several times and we'll see what happens. There it is. So it was definitely a shunt. And you can see how easy that is. So, you know, what may be a $100, $200, or even $300 pre-lit tree, I just fixed with a $20 tool just like that. And you can see what our problem is on this tree. Pre-lit trees tend to be on a lot, so they tend to get bulbs burned out faster than normal Christmas strings. So you can see I got a burned out bulb here, burned out bulb here, burned out bulb here. So there's probably on this string of 50, there's at least 5 or 6 or even 7 burned out bulbs. So at this moment, I'm going to do what my usual trick is. I know this is about a series of 50, so I've got, you know, again, here's a 100 count string, that's 2 series of 50s. I'm just going to steal some bulbs out of here to replace the burned out bulbs in here, because I've got, you know, as many spare bulbs as I want if I just take a spare Christmas string like this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll show that just as I did my Christmas light video. I'm going to pull a bulb out, and again, this base, I'll pull out a burned out bulb here. These 2 bases don't match, but that's no problem, because all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the good bulb from the string lights, and I'm just going to fold these little wires down that, you know, focus there, that come out of the bulb, slide the plastic off, so there's the wires of the bulb. I'm going to take the bulb that burned out, and I'm going to pull that out of the plastic base. Carefully insert this bulb, if I make sure the wires are nice and straight, slide that into our plastic bulb base there, and then fold these over. And make sure they're nice and lined up straight down the sides of the socket, just like that. And then here's our socket right here. I'm going to slide it right in. And it should come right back on. Yeah, with a working bulb, just like that. Now, if this bulb was really bright compared to the others, or very dim compared to the others, it means we don't have the proper voltage bulb. But again, this is a 50 count string, I believe, here on here. Obviously it is, because I took it out of a 50 count series out of this 100 count string. So they're both 2.5 volt bulbs, so that they fit just perfectly. So that's how you fix a pre-lit tree. And again, 80–90% of scenarios on a tree, it's more than likely going to be a bad shunt just by pulling the trigger as I did in the tool, which means you don't even have to trace the wires if it's a bad shunt. But if that didn't fix it for some reason after 20 or 30 pulls of the trigger, I would have to go through, just as I did before. I knew the bottom of the tree had voltage, but the top didn't. So our bad spot of the tree would be somewhere in here. So I just have to follow the wires around with some good lighting so I could see, and just keep testing bulbs until the tool quit beeping. As you can see in my other video too, you could always put clothespins around your tree to mark where you've already checked too, so that helps you out. So again, a little quicker video than normal, just to show you how I would fix something like this in a time where probably everyone's facing this scenario now that you've all got your trees up and you're plugging your lights in. So thanks for watching, and thanks everyone for hit the 3,000 subscriber milestone, and everyone's watching my videos, so I really appreciate that. If you got any other ideas you want to see on videos, shoot me a comment, and I read all the comments, so I do appreciate that. So thanks, and I hope to talk to you again.